What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is May the 29th. I'm going to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off today, there isn't any data points that's going to disrupt the broader market, but rather you already see kind of the market in panic mode based on the futures. And that is because of just people's realization that the Feds might actually keep the rates higher for longer. So today, in my opinion at least, it's very backwards, only because all of this information was readily available to us last week. So still something just doesn't add up. So I think just the broader market as a whole wants to go down. You do also see the fear and greed index at 52, so it's starting to slip a little bit. So yesterday it was 53, nothing really crazy, still under the neutral category, but we'll have to wait and see what does come. Maybe from all this fear actually might be pushing it lower to kind of this spectrum right here. And then no company really unveiling the earnings that's going to disrupt the broader market. A couple hot players such as C3AI, Salesforce, but still nothing that's going to disrupt the broader market. And with that said, without further ado, let's get right to the stocks. SOFI, it is down 1.31%. No news, no SEC filings, so no new random Form 4s showing Anthony did buy. So today is just going to be another technical driven day for SOFI. Yesterday you had shorts double down. Most likely you're going to have a very similar nature today, but 17.31% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 179.8 million shares overall are being shorted. And some points to watch for right now, for today at least, is going to be that $6.79 range. So right now with it trading at $6.78, it is right below that. So hopefully during the trading day it does fight and stay back in this range, so this S1 to the pivot. So $6.79 will be a very key pivot for SOFI today. If not, this is where it could essentially slip back down into the 650s. So fine line. Moving on, Faraday, they did have their earnings. I live streamed it yesterday. So Faraday was a very interesting play because when even I was doing the earnings, like their earnings was absolutely horrific. But in the past, Faraday has gone up, not necessarily because of their operations, rather just of the squeeze aspect. So when it came down to what might come, I had no clue. I didn't know if the retail apes were going to push it higher due to their mass strength that they do have, or whether the larger institutions would prevail and obviously cause a sell-off. So right now, even though it is down, like I said, around 30%, I wouldn't really count that as down and out. It might actually make a recovery similar to what happened yesterday. So I'll give you a quick overview of what I mean by that. So this is Faraday. This is their earnings. As a byproduct of their earnings, it caused a sell-off to around 89 cents and then it recovered. This recovery was very surprising to me, especially as well based on the volume. So I had no clue on what exactly was going to come today. I knew that the earnings were very bad, but we'll just wait and see what does come throughout the trading day. So it looks like it had a low of roughly about 52 cents or whatever else. Moving on to other stocks, or I guess just going back over here for a second. So there has been no change. So I think at the same time, this is very interesting, only because the day of their earnings, Ortex does seem to have a glitch where it's not showing the short interest or what shorts have been doing or whatever else. So I don't know if there's some correlation or whatever, but it is still on the threshold list, so something to keep in mind. American Airlines is down 9.3%, so it is piggybacking off the broader market, as well as their I think CCO did announce a abrupt change or kind of departure, and that did come out at 4:30 p.m. yesterday. So definitely not being seen as good. Any VP just randomly leaving is not good by any means. American Airlines is somewhat heavily shorted, so 8.2% of the free float is being shorted, and you can kind of tell that shorts started to really double down on American Airlines once again. If you're looking at trading it with it at $12.19, it is sitting on this S2, so just watch for this pivot to really hold or break. If not, then 1106 will be support, And then as of right now, $12.84 will be that next strong resistance. Moving on to AST, so they had some pretty kick-ass news. So it is up almost about 20% pre-market because of this right here. So it looks like with their work with Verizon and whatever else, it's somewhat heavily shorted, so that could play a factor into today's shorts returning some shares. 26.88% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 33.46 million shares overall are being shorted. If you are looking at trading it with it at $6.25, trading between this R2 and this R3, so just watch for 593 to hold as far as the support, and then 661 going to be the next strong resistance, which I don't anticipate given the market circumstances for that R3 to be touched. So probably be more oriented towards this R2. So something to keep in mind. And then Marathon Oil, it is up almost about 11%. And that is because of ConocoPhillips did actually purchase them in a all stock deal. So yeah, that's kind of a good thing. It does show 17.1 billion. The only thing about that is it's stock, and obviously 17.1 billion, that's kind of where it's gravitating towards pre-market because of this 10% bump up. So as far as any swing trades, I don't think there's much meat left on the bone, if that kind of makes sense, to do any trade. So it's not really advantageous to short nor buy. Just a lot of volume is getting into this company today. So I wanted to bring that up. It's not heavily shorted at all for the most part. So 2.24% of the free float is being shorted. So something to keep in mind. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks that I did mention. Is there anything else that is floating your boat? And if you do own any of these companies, what's your thoughts? What are you doing with them? Are you still holding, going to sell, buy? What are you doing? So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7. So pretty kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.